Are you ready?
You're watching The Joe Cronin Show.
Yeah, and you're watching State of the WWE, episode number 31, and I am joined by none other than The Dead on Dave, my co-host, youtube.com/TheDeadOnDave, and we're here to talk about the state of the WWE, and this is episode 31. What's up, Dave?
What's going on, my friend?
Like we haven't been talking for 2 hours already, but...
I know, right? What people don't know is all the prep that goes into this. It's like 2-hour conversations before we even get going.
Right, and the prep consists of orgasms. No, so we were just talking about, I didn't know that Daniel Bryan, I want to go right into this.
Yeah, let's jump right into that.
I didn't know that Daniel Bryan had a piece of this IC thing that's going on. I was convinced that, well, they got to be going with the whole Sheamus comes back and does something to Daniel Bryan, and then they have their match, and that's it, because that seems to be, because the WWE needs a heel, and this is how they could build him as a heel. But if they don't do that, then is Sheamus going to still come back and be in the ladder match like you mentioned earlier? Because I had no thought of that at all happening.
Well, this is what I'm thinking is going down, is because it looks like everyone who's beat Wade Barrett recently, what it's been, R-Truth, Dean Ambrose, now Daniel Bryan on Smackdown, and I think Ziggler hasn't been introduced into the storyline yet, but I'm certain it's probably going to happen on Monday.
But he kind of has.
He kind of has, but like as far as on Thursday, Daniel Bryan and Dean Ambrose and R-Truth all actually physically put their hands on the Intercontinental title at one point or another. Dolph Ziggler hasn't yet. He should soon. And when that happens, I think that's going to be those five for sure, and then probably Sheamus will come back and be the sixth. So I'm thinking six-man Intercontinental title ladder match at WrestleMania, which could be the match of the night easily.
I mean, you see that they're kind of giving us all the popular people, like all the internet fan popular guys in a match together, because Wade Barrett has been, Dean Ambrose has been, Dolph Ziggler has been, then Daniel Bryan, he is. So you're talking about all the internet fan raving lunatic people out there like us, like some of us here, and they're all in a match together.
I think it accomplishes more than just that. It also gives them an ability to have somebody under the radar win the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, which I believe is going to be Curtis Axel. So
you think he's going to win that?
I do. I think they're doing. I thought that maybe he was just in like the Heath Slater role.
How about this? Not to interrupt you, but
no,
I take it back because
let me break a window.
They start. They start in the match. They don't come out. Like, otherwise, I was gonna say it'd be funny if he had eliminated everyone and there was only one person left to go, and he was like, "Yes," and Curtis Axel was flipping out, but then all of a sudden, Sheamus came out, and then
that's a possibility.
But that wouldn't really make him heel, though. And
no, it wouldn't. But right now, Curtis Axel's walking around with the clock now. Now he's got the clock of how long he's been in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I love
which
that.
Is like, I love this. I hope it's not just a Heath Slater thing from a couple of years ago where it was just a comic relief for the Royal Rumble or for the WrestleMania build.
Yeah.
I'm thinking now with this Intercontinental title match, it takes a lot of the guys who would be in a spot to win the Battle Royal. I think it makes sense for Curtis Axel to be that guy. And this could be their last chance giving him a shot to make something of himself. And
Jesus, Cronin.
What the hell? What the hell just happened? This is awkward.
Jesus, Cronin.
I don't think the glass smash got on here.
Well, Tommy did want to have 3 people on the show, so.
I figured I'd get the glass smash in there since you mentioned it.
It's so epic.
I blew it though. But I don't know. I just hope Sheamus. I think he needs to. I want to see what they do if he could really be a badass heel. But
he has. He's done it before.
Yeah, when he first came out, it was
awesome.
It was great when he first came out.
I loved it. Bashing Triple H in the fucking head on Shawn Michaels' retirement night. He bashed him in the head with a goddamn bass pipe and shit. I fucking love that shit. He doesn't work as a face.
No.
He's a Muppet. He looks like Beaker.
Well, he does in a lot of ways because they sell a bunch of stuff, but
True.
I tried to play that tape and now it won't stop playing. So the what the hell was I gonna say? They make Sheamus come into this ladder match. That's cool. Maybe like you said, he takes out Daniel Bryan, so then everyone's mad at him for that. But then that's the heel turn is for after Mania.
Yeah.
So I'm a little confused by that. But
yeah, I'm not sure exactly what they're going to do. It's possible they yank Bryan from this storyline by having Sheamus come back, maybe even as early as Monday night, to take out Bryan, and then
all right, we're back.
Everything. Oh, okay.
Yeah, everyone's alive.
Everyone's alive. That's good.
People like the kids were coming in here like zombies. People are getting attacked. So anyway, I don't know. I'm kind of intrigued by this whole thing flip-flopping into something else. But at the same time, disappointed that I was curious to see what was going to happen with him. But I guess we all kind of made up the heel thing anyway. I still feel like that can't be right. Like Bryan versus Sheamus.
He's still coming back as a heel. I think we all know that.
But I don't know. It was when he last left, he was like helping Cena or something like that. So
yeah,
maybe that's what he can say. You know what I mean? I tried to help him, and this is what I get for it. That type of thing. And he can go into that. I don't know. My toy sales are up. I mean, what's he going to be angry about?
You're right. I don't know. I just got a feeling that that Daniel Bryan may not be in this storyline. I think it was just a kind of a tease to have him do something that looks important, and then Sheamus comes back, and he might be taking him out of the storyline so they can have their one-on-one match. Personally, I'd rather see them both in the ladder match because I think it'd be epic.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's going to be quite interesting. And if it accomplishes what I hope it does with making the Andre the Giant Battle Royal a little bit more interesting too, that'd be cool.
What do you think of, man? I mean, I'm trying to think of where we're going to go on Raw here. And I made a video recently about Undertaker. Basically, you know, in reading all those reports, it seems like, and I thought about it weeks ago too on my own, and then the reports came out a little bit, and then I was like, ooh, this is really, we might not see Undertaker until Mania.
Well, it's not unprecedented. This has happened before, where he didn't. It was against Kane when he made his back in 2006.
And they got the main event.
Yeah.
Isn't that the weirdest thing?
Yeah.
Now, but going back to that, I could believe that the Undertaker was going to be in the main event, but I just couldn't believe it was against Kane.
Yeah.
That's what was weird.
But it was such an epic moment with the Druids and then him returning back to his old look. It was very cool. I don't know how this is going to work, if it's going to be the same type of entrance. I mean, you know, his entrances are always like 5.5 minutes long and always epic. But I don't know. It looks like he's training. Friggin' his smoking hot wife, Michelle McCool, has been posting all these pictures and videos and stuff of him training. He looks like he's in good shape. He looks like he's in better shape this year than he has been the last couple of years. So maybe this is not going to be the disappointment I thought it was going to be.
Maybe not. Maybe. I mean, I don't know if the injury last year. I mean, how much did that, mess up the match? We don't know.
It's a very good question. And people like to think that the Undertaker is like 60. The reality, he's only 49. That's not that old in terms of wrestling, especially for a guy who's wrestled 4 times in the past 5 years or 4 years.
I forget that too. I keep thinking Undertaker's 55.
No, he's not. He'll be. I think he'll be 50 as WrestleMania starts.
That's crazy, man.
Isn't it?
I mean, Hogan was around that age in WCW in the fucking Attitude heyday, wasn't he?
Yeah. Well, when he did his heel turn, he was 44.
Okay.
Yeah, he was 44 when he did his heel turn.
Well, I mean. And then Reigns. I mean, we're going to get Reigns and Lesnar. It's very interesting to me what's going to happen city to city leading up until Mania, where the crowd goes. And it will be very interesting WrestleMania night because I think that if you're going with what I think, always believed and what I've been saying since the second the last year ended, which was now that he's done this, he's going to be the WWE champion. He's got to go on a crazy push, and then he's got to destroy everyone, and then he's got to lose it to whoever they want to put over next year. And if they do that, you obviously there's only 3 ways that it can go, but it's interesting to think about which one it's going to happen. Is Reigns going to win the belt, and everyone just decides they're going to cheer? Is Reigns going to win the belt and some of the crowd is going to be happy and some is going to boo? Is Reigns going to win the title and everyone's going to boo?
I have a feeling there's only two ways that WrestleMania is going to end. I really feel this. There's only two ways. With Reigns, I think the best thing that could have happened has happened with the Lesnar situation, with him walking out last Monday and all the rumors and stories. I think there's a good possibility that Lesnar might be staying. And if he stays, because I think a lot of this has been a power play. I know he just showed up last night at UFC in a suit, and all of that.
And this stuff with WWE in the background. What the hell's going on?
Yeah, and him not coming out at the end of Monday Night Raw last week. Him leaving because of a contract dispute, whatever that was. I think that's a good thing. I think there's a good possibility he may stay. And if he does stay, he's going over Reigns. He's going to win that match. I think that's a possibility. And I also think Reigns winning and then being cashed in on by Rollins. Just something about this that I don't feel Reigns is walking out with the title. I don't know why. Yeah. I know everything else is saying otherwise, that this is the guy. But they have to have a storyline in place for directly after Mania. Having Rollins cashing in on him on WrestleMania would accomplish that.
If Rollins cashed in on Reigns?
Yeah, I'm sorry. If Rollins cashes in on Reigns,
That's something I could see. Yeah, you're right. So,
and it would make a lot of people happy.
Wouldn't it be interesting if the entire crowd was cheering Reigns, that they'd send Seth Rollins out and that would save everything? Yeah. Or it would piss everyone off, and
that would be a WWE move. They finally get everyone behind Reigns, and then Rollins cashes in.
Yeah, exactly. That would be a very bad idea. However, if the crowd for most of the match is throwing stuff at Reigns and stuff, it's all about what WWE wants to do. Is WWE want to stick with their whole storyline and do whatever they want to do anyway, or are they going to try to cater to the fans that night? And what if it's an on-call decision, like you said? If the fans seem to be booing the hell out of him, referee could say we're going with A. And then that means Seth comes out and cashes in, and then the crowd's actually cheering that. I bet.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking they can accomplish a couple things by doing that. I think the writing's on the wall right now with Randy Orton back and everything. That I think a face turn for Seth Rollins is not far away anyway. By having him cash in on Reigns, if the crowd is booing the fuck out of Reigns, this would accomplish essentially what they did with Stone Cold and Bret Hart years ago, a double turn.
I don't think you're going to get that.
I think it could happen. I think the crowd would be so happy to see Rollins. It would, like with Ziggler when he cashed in on Del Rio. Remember, Del Rio was a face at the time. Ziggler was a heel. Ziggler cashes in on Del Rio, and the fucking roles reversed immediately.
I know
the same thing could happen.
You're right, but and it could, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think
it's too creative.
While the fans would cheer for Rollins, and I would probably too be excited if that happened, he would go right into the sort of CM Punk title reign thing. Rollins with the belt reminds me of probably how CM Punk acted with the belt. The only thing is, CM Punk is going to be better. He's going to be a better talker and heel than Seth Rollins. It's kind of like CM Punk light with Seth Rollins as the heel champion is how I feel.
Maybe, okay. But if they have a top flight heel in place, and I'm thinking it would be Roman Reigns, because the next night he can come out and just trash the fans, and it would be instant heel. You can kind of make Rollins more believable as the face there and go forward, especially if he breaks out that amazing move that I like to call the Arc of God, and he ditches the curb stomp and everything, and he goes full on face. Rollins was supposed to be the face coming out of the Shield to begin with.
Right.
It just didn't work out that way for whatever reason.
I just don't think they can do it. I think they would rather keep Reigns the face, because we can all hate him, and then he sells a bunch of merch from the people that love him, and then a lot of people that say they don't like him anyway. So it's like a weird.
It's John Cena. It's John Cena.
Right. So they don't want to. So again, they don't want to do that with Reigns, because he's supposed to be the next guy. So they're not going to do that. Whereas Roman Reigns ain't selling the merch that Seth Rollins ain't selling the merch that Reigns is, but he's close. He's also a heel now, and I do not see that happening. I want to see Reigns be a heel because I hate him. Hey guys, make sure to catch us in part 2 of this video, or to hear the rest of the State of the WWE. Make sure you go to iTunes and listen to the show.